Okay, folks. It's time for another video. I had some nice comments from an old friend of mine, and he may regret egging me on, encouraging me to do these videos. But if you want to stop me from making more videos, accuse me of being boring, and that'll be the most offensive thing to me. Last thing I want to be is boring. I don't want to be preachy. I don't want to be anything other than, hopefully interesting. Anyways, I was thinking about a theme that a good friend of mine, a YouTuber, Watcher Palmer, talks about quite a bit, that I thought would justify some more discussion on my part. And he always talks about, oh my heavens, I dropped my trek pole. He likes to talk about the Teddybear Jesus that so many Christians like to profess. In other words, no matter what you do or how bad you live, the Teddybear Jesus will forgive you. And that's not the Jesus I believe in. It's a kind of a milquetoast Jesus that approves of everything and never pushes back on anything, and is a pushover. And so I want to talk about a few experiences I had. First time I discovered I had a inner Karen that would push back on rudeness and bad behavior. I was fairly recently married, and I think we were like at a home show or some kind of show at the convention center downtown Salt Lake City. And we went up to a vendor to buy some popcorn. Okay? And then I made a decision. I said, give me one of those and one of those. And then I immediately said, oh, I'm sorry, I changed my mind. Let's make it this one and that one. And the guy who was running the booth rolled his eyes at me like I had just put him out and just caused him some great inconvenience by instantly changing my mind. And it set something off in me that I had, to that point, never realized I had in me. And it's happened many times since. And I'll talk a little bit about that, but I said something to the effect, I don't remember exactly the conversation, but I remember saying, excuse me, did I put you out in some way? Did I cause you any great inconvenience? If your manager's around, I'd love to have a talk with him. And it was the first time I realized I had a Karen in me. Get off my lawn! And there's a time and a place for that. I try to live by the adage, or I'll never be rude. This is my intention, anyways. I'll try to never be rude to anybody first. But once they're rude to me, all bets are off. And one example of that is almost like on a daily basis. I would get a phone call from somebody who's trying to sell me something. And I pick up the phone and say hello, and my daughters might say, "Oh, why'd you pick up? Why do you pick up? These are scammers. Even the telephone says most likely a scam." But sometimes I'm in the mood for confrontation, so I'll pick up the phone. And then they jump right into a spiel, and like they're reading a script, and they are not going to let me get a word in edgewise. And come hell or high water, they're going to get their spiel out, and they're not going to listen to one word I have to say. And there's nothing that sets me off more than, there's a few things, but it sets me off. And I can get rude. My kids who are listening to this think, oh, my dad. Oh, he's so rude to these wonderful people who are just doing their job. No. And so I can be rude back to them. I say, "Excuse me, I'm not interested, I'm not interested, I'm not interested, I'm not interested." And I'll say this so many times that I'm not going to let them get a word in edgewise. And finally, they just hang up. Usually, before we even get into this interaction, they're hanging up on me. It doesn't matter what I say back to them. Once they know they're not going to make a sale with me or whatever it is, they hang up. And this is about the rudest. Oh my heavens. One other experience. That's kind of okay. How can I delicately talk about this? I used to fly to Pittsburgh for Delta quite often and have layovers there, and then many times I would go to the closest McDonald's to get something to eat, and the minute I walk in there, and let's just say, to keep this racially balanced, let's just say there's a certain race in there that's primarily frequented by and run by people of a certain race. And I'm an older man of a different race, and the minute I walk in there, I can tell by the look on their face that they're not excited about helping me. In fact, they prefer not to help me. So one day I decided, okay, let's just. So the guy just had to look at me. He just gave me this look this kind of a look, And I said, "Excuse me, did I do something? Is there some reason I'm offending you, or perhaps it's the color of my skin, or my age, or something about me that you don't like right from the get-go?" And I haven't even said a word yet. And I think he said, "Can I help you, sir?" I said, "Well, I came in to be helped, but I'm not interested in that. I can clearly tell that I wouldn't trust what you could do to my food behind closed doors. I'm not. And by the way, I'm never coming back here again, and not interested in being helped here. But if possible, can I talk to your manager?" Oh, so a manager of his same race came up to me, a guy about my age, and oh my heavens, we hit it off. I said, "Sir, The only reason I'm telling you this is because, not that I'm offended or expect things to change or this or that, but because I have too much respect for business, and what's happening here is going to kill your business in time. And if I was the manager, I would want to know. But what is happening here is going to kill your business, because I'm never coming back, and I don't, nothing will get me back here again. So he listened to my story, and I told him the story about his employee and the way I was treated and the way it made me feel. I wasn't angry. I was seriously trying to help this business from going the way of many businesses. And this is the way good businesses die. One customer at a time, like this. And so, anyways, back to the teddy bear Jesus. There are some people that believe that, oh, Jesus would never do anything like this. Okay, did he not cast out the money changers in the temple and fashioned a little kind of a whip out of some rope or something and kind of chase them out of there? This is the Jesus that I love and admire and am thankful for. Not the teddy bear Jesus that, oh, he's gonna forgive anything you do. You could be a terrible person and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. He's gonna love you. That's not what I believe. Anyways, if you can relate to this, please tell me your story. Please tell me your story and chime in either in the comments or whatever. But thank you for listening, and if you want me to stop doing anything like this, just claim that I am boring. It's the worst insult you can give me. Don't be boring. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.